Hello, it's March 10th. About 65 degrees out today. Today I'm mixing up some sugar water. I'm using a 4-pound bag of sugar for every gallon roughly. I'm doing 4 gallons to start with. And I'm using some of the mountain camp method that I've collected over the colonies that they weren't really doing anything with. And I'm gonna take some of this fondant that I made that the bees haven't eaten yet. I'm gonna mix it in here also. I dyed some of it pink. That way I could see if the bees were storing it during the winter. And after I get this mixed up, I'm gonna go in the colonies, see what they're doing. You can see some of the dead bees that were in the fondant and stuff. I just scooped them out. Sticky mess. I'm gonna try using some sugar water to keep the bees off of me. Let's see if that works. Cool. I got my hive top feeder. This guy has no insulation on the top lid. Got some fondant in here that they didn't use. Got our inner cover. Got a feeder shim. I guess I'm done with my Christmas lights. I might as well get rid of those. These are LED, and it looks like the incandescent lights burned out. I don't know. I think that's mud wasps from another time. Here's some of the fondant that they're working on. Let's see if we can release them from that. We'll put that into our melting pot here. They like this a lot better than just the mountain camp sugar. They seem to take it down a lot faster. And this is the fondant with a mix of dry sugar, maybe about 50-50. So it's a little crumblier. And as you can see, they're making little tunnels into that. And it's green, and so I can see if they were storing it. See if we can shake these off. Don't want to drown any bees. Come on, let's get out of there. This is a little bit soft still. I guess the bag is holding the moisture in there. That's still soft. It's not hard as a rock. Ow, that one got me. It's the first stinger. Guess I should spray them down and get them ready for the inspection. This is the bread flour. Trying to give them some protein. I don't know if that works or not. So let's see what this colony really consists of. Looks like we got some storage right in here. You can see the glistening and some old capped honey. More capped honey. So you can see that they really don't eat this stuff during the winter months because they can't get to it. Looks like they're storing something. Sugar water. This side's empty. I don't see any brood. You can see some of the dead bees there. And there's our queen right there, walking around. She's not marked. See down in there, she's got some brood already. So we're gonna give her some sugar water, and hopefully she'll go to town. A little bit of brood. Let's see what the other side looks like. Yeah, it's got a little patch. So this is the front of the hive, and this is actually in the back that they're making all the brood. And that's a bunch of stored sugar water. And here's some dead bees that didn't make it during the winter. You can see it was like a starvation. This may be a frame from another colony, I don't remember. But when they're stored in there like that, the butt's sticking up, that usually is from starvation. And we got some more honey and some more dead bees over here. More honey. I'm going to fill this box up. I got some sugar in there from another dead out. We'll put that in there. Got another frame that's got some partially capped honey. Another one that was partially capped honey. And we're just going to fill this box up with some more resources. That way that they don't make some wacky comb later on. And maybe they'll clean them up, move them around where they like them. Now we'll put on our top lid. Get rid of some of this mess. And I already cut this off flush. It used to stick out a little bit because my holes aren't always the right size for that. I'm going to give them some sugar water. I'm not going to go gun-crow crazy, just a little bit. Even get them started. Get rid of some of these dead bees. Put on our feeder shim. It's got a hole up the top here. So any bees that get stuck in there can come out, but they can't get to the sugar anyway. It's got a lid on it. Well, let's check out another one. We'll move our sugar water over. Now this colony is a little different. This has 2-inch insulation on the top, sides, and on the bottom cover. Just on the outside of the rim. Question is, does that make any difference having it insulated? So that's got 2-inch insulation. It's got wood to keep the bees from chewing out the insulation. It's an oversized cover, so it's bigger than this other one over here. Significantly about, 4 inches bigger. So it's extra equipment that I have to carry. We're going to get rid of our Christmas lights. These are the LED ones. So the only difference with this one, it's got a feeder shim, but it's got 2-inch insulation wrapped all around it. So does that make any difference? So I'll give them a shot of this sugar water to try and keep them happy. This is that bread flour. It looks like one of the bees got in here and deceased. Totally floured himself over. Looks like they're into the fondant. We'll do the same with this one. We'll put it in our bucket, mix it up, and make some sugar water. See if we can get rid of the bees. This one is still soft because of the bag. It's just sugar that's been heated up to about 140 degrees. It kind of breaks it down so the bees can digest it a little easier than just granulated sugar. Here's another bag. This one collapsed and they couldn't get into it. You see there's hardly any space. We'll do the same. We'll put this in their bucket, melt that down, give them some more sugar water, make them all happy. So let's see what these guys have in here for bee quantity. Looks like they got some food that's left over from last year. Lots of stores in here. They never even touch it because they can't get to it. They're so small of a cluster. And this is a string. Dipped it in some peppermint oil and they fluffed it up. Here you can see the cluster never got to this side. In this small little cluster of bees, you can actually see they got some pollen in there. And they've got some brood right here. And on the other side, more brood right in the middle there. One more look for the queen, see if I see her. Yep, there she is. She doesn't have any markings on her. And we got some more pollen over here. And more sugar. Looks like on this part of the cluster, they may have chewed that out and emptied out during the winter months, but that's all they ever got to. And on this frame, they didn't get to any of it. So what I'm going to do is just pack this out some more with some more frames. Oh, we got our wasps. They're out. Let's take care of that. Some more partially filled frames with some dead out bees from another dead out. Looks like some more sugar. You can see this one I packed with sugar. And we'll put that in there. And the last frame is going to be just empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gotta have one more in here, buddy. Squeeze them in. One more shot of sugar. We'll give them a nice clean inner cover. And this has got some diatomaceous earth left from another colony. That keeps the ants out. There, we cleaned out our hive feeder. All ready for summer here. And we'll give them a couple of shots of sugar here. Then we got our upper entrance. That way, if any bees get in there, they can get out. We'll put on our feeder shim. It's insulated. That way we maintain all that heat. And we'll put on our insulated cover. So this is another non-insulated beehive. Oh, I forgot the bread flour. No insulation on the top cover. We've got the inner cover. These are incandescent Christmas lights, so they're a little bit warmer. And we got LED lights along with them. We don't need them anymore. Got our feeder shim. This fondant, I squished a couple bees, it looks like, but they chipped out a little bit out of there. You can see. We'll put that into our sugar mix. Now this is the one that's got the half fondant and half granulated sugar, and then you can see they ate a hole right through the center of it. Probably because the cluster was more to this side than over that side. That's my guess, because they really can't go very far. Oh, we should spray them down with our sugar water. That way they're all nice and happy. We'll unbag this fondant. This stuff is very brittle, hard as a rock. You can see the holes they ate right through there. Get a couple more of these pieces. Let's see how they are doing down in here. And I took these extra frames out of here just because in the winter months I didn't want them to slime out because they weren't be able to get over there and take care of all those extra frames. And as you can see, it doesn't really look like they touched any of this honey. They couldn't get to it. See the cluster, we're getting close to it now. See if they were on this frame. This one is heavier. You can see that they've got some stores in there that they're storing. Doesn't look like they touched the sugar at all, the honey. Didn't really touch that side at all either. Got our unmarked queen there. She's running around. Do we see any eggs in here? Got both eggs and larvae. This frame's got the brood on it also. Beautiful. And this side, they didn't really touch any of the sugar or the stored food. And again, they're in the back. This is the entrance on this side, so they're in the back side of the colony. There's a couple hanging out over here. It looks like they're storing stuff in there. Same here. What I'm going to do is fill this out with some more frames. So this frame I stole from the torpor queen. This looks like it's all slimed out. It might be fermented. We'll see how that goes. We'll put that on the outside, see if they do anything with it. Here's one that's got some honey on it. We'll put that on the outside on this side. Here's another one from the torpor queen, it looks like. It's all slimy. We'll put that on the very outside here with the undrawn stuff to the outside edge. Let's see if we can find one more frame here. Here's another one. This one looks like it's got sugar that I shoved in the frame. And it looks like a little bit of wax moth. We'll fill this out. Maybe. All right. Now we'll put our feeder shim back. We'll clean it up just for fun. This one doesn't have any vents. And we'll put on our food. See if these will draw out some more babies. Oh, looks like we got a drowner. There we go. No insulation. Put on our feeder cover. This colony's got no insulation. Looks pretty much the same as the rest. Let's go check out another one.